Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome everyone back to another episode of CSGO News. This is the series where I show and tell you what's been going on in the CSGO community for this past week. That, of course, can have anything to do with the CSGO pro scene. Let's just say someone leaves and then joins a new team. It affects a lot of different things, especially the CSGO economy. We also talk about CSGO investing, where something goes up or down in a very short period of time. You're not sure if it's stable enough to invest in, safe enough, or maybe volatile in price. We look over all the data and information to try and give you a better answer. We also talk about miscellaneous past previous updates that you may have missed, and of course the future of CSGO update-wise. Things that may happen in the next couple of days or said weeks based on leaks, rumors, and more. As it goes for today's video, we're pretty much going to be touching all bases, which is very interesting. Not as much the pro scene because nothing has really happened. The CSGO player count has peaked from when it did in 2021, which is pretty crazy, and yet there's still no big CSGO update.
Now today's video sponsor is of course Skins Monkey. Skins Monkey is currently the easiest and also fastest way you can buy, but most importantly trade your CSGO skins. All you have to do is make sure you have your trade link, and on your first trade, if you have a leftover balance, it goes towards your current balance that can be used the next time you end up trading skins. It has 3 ways you can inspect, but most importantly has a very in-depth inspect feature that you can see corners on a karambit, for an example, that you can't really see otherwise unless you have the item in-game. If you end up topping up your balance, make sure to use promo code MANDO to get up to a 35% deposit bonus and a free $5 on the first trade.
Now, the first thing I want to discuss is, of course, CSGO investing news. This is going to be starting off with stickers. A lot of things have changed this past couple of months, including the majors, of course. We're firstly going to start off with Antwerp 2022. So the capsules, the holos, and really all of these stickers, including the autographs, have spiked quite a bit. And most recently, well, now everything is officially profitable. And what I mean by that is just a couple of months ago, a lot of these capsules have been fluctuating up and down in price. The only real profitable one up until this point in the past couple of weeks has been the Legends autograph capsule. This has been decreasing in price, I think, mainly for, of course, unboxings, but also people are wanting to kind of build these up and keep them in inventory as an investment. And well, they've proven to be pretty successful this past month or so. And the same goes with everything else. The reason I talk about the Legends autograph is because of the price increase, but also the quantity decrease. This was one of the capsules that was heavily over invested into when Antwerp was going on. But one of the things I discussed with all of these capsules, mainly the autographs, is because the holos are obviously a lot more rare than Stockholm and really any other major, they're a lot harder to get. But the autographs just in general are 10 times harder to get because there's so many to get the one that you want, if that makes any sense. So a Rocks holo, they're pretty rare. Yes, being at a cheap price of 25 cents or lower at one point was very easy to unbox, even though you have to unbox a lot more. But that's the point. You have to go through a lot more capsules to get the sticker and item you want with something like Antwerp of 2022. The reason these have been getting traction, especially some of the holos and autographs, which the Rocks is now $54 going towards that $60 point. Just a little over a month ago, this thing was pushing 20 to 25 bucks. Cloud9 was once a sticker that was $3 to $6, now has doubled to be 11, 12. And Stockholm is the main reason for Antwerp blowing up so much in the first place. Stockholm is now becoming way too expensive for the average Joe to invest, but also craft. 2, which is obviously higher supply. There's a lot more supply with Antwerp 2022, which is cheaper to do both, that being crafting and of course investing. You can buy it and get a lot more for your money for this year. And lastly, for the most part, it's cheaper, but also looks 10 times better than Rio 2022. So if you're wanting to pick up some Rio stickers right now, because people don't really like them, people are not unboxing them, which because the quantity is extremely low, people are pricing these things extremely high, which people don't want to buy into. If you're comparing stickers from Rio, let's just say you want to craft right now, to Antwerp, even if it's a couple dollars more, the majority of people are just going to go with Antwerp just because it's a little more expensive, not that much more, but it makes a huge difference when crafting. And I think the demand of that is going to prove itself in the future. Now, Stockholm 2021 is pretty much the exact same story, but a little different. The prices on the holos haven't really changed too much. We've seen the insane price hypes of course, the mouse sticker, Movie Star Riders. The Pain Gaming increased from a 50-cent to a $1 sticker, now pushing that $10 mark. And this and Antwerp were just heavily underbought, underinvested in, especially the time it was available on the market, not even the 75% off sale. It was too good for it to be that cheap. And well, now that time is proving. The time and days of the $1 Challengers capsule and the $5 to $10 mouse sticker, I think, are officially over. This was a hype a lot of people were scared of, including me, to one, buy, sell, and invest. People were wondering if it was too late or early. The application rates for people applying these to guns are pretty high as well, which obviously means pretty good. This hype has now been going on for a little over a month, and I think it's safe to say it's here to stay. Next on to stickers, getting away from the major stickers might be a surprise to some people. That, of course, is none other than the Skill Group sticker capsule. This is a sticker capsule that has been in the game for a little while, and while these stickers, kind of like Stockholm and Antwerp, are very good looking, a little too good looking for that price. The capsule's not that exclusive since it was on the shop for a very, very long time. A lot of people picked it up. Maybe a lot of people still have them. them. I do myself, just buying a one here and there. The most notable sticker to take a look at is, of course, none other than the gold Nova Holo. This thing is roughly $2 to $3 on the market for a very long time. Just recently spiked up though to around $5.40. Now it's pushing that $7 point, and we're currently at $5.52 on the Steam market. Now the reasons for this, well, the one thing I want to take a look at right here is, of course, the quantity being 58. The capsule quantity is 57. And while something like this, the quantity is so low that it's easily to be manipulated, but also easily someone could just buy all these up for a sticker craft. I myself have done this before. When I crafted an entire inventory a few months ago on MLG Columbus 2016, I bought up a lot of the foils, and while that pushed the price up on the market by $5 to $10 for some individual stickers because the quantity was so low. So I'm assuming it was most likely just from someone wanting to craft with them. But buying into a hype like this, I would kind of hold off the next couple of weeks to see if it's real. Stepping away from stickers now, I want to take a look at knives specifically for this week. My Karambit Tiger Tooth in my inventory, I've had it for a few months now at this point. This was always a $950 to $1,000 knife. Just recently it dropped back down to around $800, $850 on a place like Buff. Now it's currently sitting at $940, which is very, very good. And that's not even for the very best float, which I have. So knife prices in all skins are going up, and that's for a few different reasons, but one mainly. Chinese New Year is right around the corner, and well, you might be wondering and asking yourself why that's a big thing for CSGO. CSGO the past few years, ever since it was introduced to China back in 2018, the market and the player base grew exponentially, more than we probably ever could have imagined without the Chinese in here. Chinese New Year last year didn't affect the market too much, but it did to a certain extent. Chinese people for an entire 15 days, pretty much 2 weeks, get a bunch of money, either that's kids or adults who put money into CSGO because that's one of their favorite games, player base says it itself, which causes items to go up and of course decrease supply. Now does this last? Not necessarily. Last year it kind of lasted for around a week, then dropped back down. Years prior in 2020 to 2021, we saw it really affect the market there, especially when CSGO, the player count anyway, was really starting to grow. Starting on Sunday, January 22nd, this is when Chinese New Year starts. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see how this affects the market. I think it's going to a little bit, just because we've seen already very recently some price hype. Next up for today's video, I want to talk about major concepts. One, the concepts itself, yes, they're very interesting and how people think these are going to look. Are they going to be very similar to Rio? Are we going back to that transparent background like Stockholm and Antwerp? My hopes and dreams are not, but Valve could say otherwise. And while that means a lot, especially for your CSGO investments and the price of these things. I'll have a whole video covering some concepts later this week and what I most likely think will happen from some very unique, talented artists in the community. What I will say right now is I don't think Valve is going to go the Stockholm and Antwerp route. Not because they don't care about investors. I think they could care less, especially about this community. It's very niche, especially compared to the people who just collect and just play CSGO in open cases. But they wouldn't want to release and re-release the exact same thing all over again. I think they're going to want to go a different path, and this leads us into a different commentary as well on top of the sticker concept video, where Valve, well, has created a very big problem for themselves. They've gone from the 2 best major stickers of all time since 2014 with Katowice to the garbage hole that is Rio. Stickers anyway, not the place. This could therefore decide the fate of something like Stockholm and Antwerp, the prices. But it's not going to be for long term. Let's just say worst case scenario, we got very similar stickers to Stockholm and Antwerp, maybe not completely transparent, or worst case scenario, maybe fully transparent. This would affect the prices the same way Antwerp affected Stockholm. It's not really going to decrease the value too much just because the rarity is already there and people like them a lot. It's just going to delay the fact that these things are going to go up in a very short period of time. And that's what Stockholm and Antwerp have done recently. Because we're most likely, and what most people are suspecting, we're not going to get any stickers like these anytime soon, so people are therefore buying them up. If we did get, Kato-like stickers all over again, I think people would somewhat panic, sell them. Not going to decrease too much. The crafting rates might go down, but I think it will just take an extra 6 months, maybe a year or two for these things to really grow the way they would have without something like that, if that makes any sense. Now, as it goes for CSGO updates, we recently talked about a bunch of things possibly coming. I don't think an operation is going to be coming anytime soon for a few different reasons. I have a video on that from a few days ago on how we got the last case 200 days ago, which was CSGO's biggest update in 2022. I think the Rio removal should be any day now, most likely sometime this week. It seems to be, I'm telling you guys this every single week, but Valve is the one with the kill switch there. These things aren't being bought or applied whatsoever. So I think at this point, we're just kind of waiting for a new case to come out. Then they'll remove Rio to put the main limelight on the new item, if that makes any sense. And well, if we get a regular case, that pretty much guarantees we're not going to get an operation for at least the first few months of 2022, which I think would really, really hurt people's feelings. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think we're going to get the Rio move sometime this week? What do you guys think the Paris major stickers are going to look like? Do you think they're going to be transparent? Or are we going a completely different route? Let me know what you guys think. Stay positive, stay sexy. I'm out, guys. Peace.